everybody, WireCare land. This is Tony from Analog Motorcycles, and today we are going to talk about the Fragola oil line and fittings that you can get through WireCare.com. And they are not only for oil, you can use them for a lot of different tools. Our problem is that we made this cool little line for the Ducati race bike over there, and it ended up being a little bit too short, so it's starting to actually cause the oil cooler to rub a little bit. So we're going to take this one apart and remake it, and I figured let's do a video on how to. So first off, you can get a whole bunch of straight fittings, 90s, 45s. There's a bunch of different fittings that you can get through WireCare.com. Also different size line. This is, I believe, 3/8 line or AN-6 fittings. But they have a plethora of different options. So check out the website for all those options, and we will dig into how we make a line here at Analog Motorcycles. So some of the things you're going to need for this is obviously something to measure with, some tape, a little bit of lubricant oil of some sort, any kind will work. We have an AN wrench. You can also use an adjustable wrench. The AN wrenches are aluminum, so they don't mar the aluminum. Some soft jaws, we protect ours with some aluminum and some tape. A vise is very helpful, not needed for everything, but it's extremely helpful. A cutoff wheel, because there are steel bradings inside the lines, so we use a cutoff wheel to make a clean cut. And then obviously you got to clean it out real good, because when you cut, some of the rubber debris will get in there. You obviously don't want that running through your oil. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do is take this line apart. So this piece right here screws off, and that's what the hose hose goes through there, slides onto there, and then the tightness, when you tighten that up, it compresses from back here onto the fitting. So we need to separate this so we can get our line back or get our fittings back. So we'll put this in the vise, and then we're just going to twist off our fitting. Pull out like so. Alright, so now we got both of our sockets off. This is the line that's too short. I measured it before I did anything, and I need this to be 3/4 of an inch longer than it is. So on this one, we already got a little bit of tape on that side. So this side's already been cut. All right, this is a good end, so we're gonna peel this tape off. And one tool that I didn't mention that is helpful is a lighter. So as you can see, this fabric is a little bit frayed. If you take a lighter and just kind of run it across the ends, you can get them to kind of harden up and just smush them in. This will help you get the socket on the end. So after this is cut or sanded, or however you do that, you can see there's a little bit of debris in there. Just take some compressed air. Make sure you get that all cleaned out. You don't want any of that debris going into your oil or fuel or whatever you're going to use these lines for. So after that's done, put a little bit of oil on the socket, just to kind of help slide the line in, and then you're gonna push all that fabric and everything into that socket while twisting. Once you get it in there, it actually bottoms out right by the threads. So after you have that done, put this in the vise, and or have a buddy hold it with a wrench, but a vise is easier. And then we're going to put a little bit of oil on that fitting there. You only need a little bit. push it in and spin until the threads grab. It's right there. And all I usually do is I'll flip it around this direction. So you want to be able to push inward with the hose while you're twisting it, just to make sure that this doesn't start pushing the hose out. So you want to be able to get a good handle on that to make sure it stays put. And then you just tighten it up. Voila, there's one end done. All right, next we're gonna cut. So cutoff wheel is what we use, and so I already got it marked. So stick that in the vise. All right, we peel that tape off. Again, we clean the line out real good. And we are clean as a whistle. Right, melt the ends so we got no fraying issues. And basically make it like we did the other one. It is nice to be able to make your own custom oil lines here in the shop when it is needed. And with these Fragola parts from WireCare.com, they make that happen. There we go. The line is now longer. All right, so there we have it. We got our longer line. This is the old one. This is the new one. Obviously, if we needed even more, we could go crazy. The other nice thing that I'd like to mention about the Fragola system is that we could do that. So you didn't spend a bunch of money to have a really nice crimped line and then find out that it was a little bit too short or too long. With these fittings, you can actually take it apart, fix it, put it back together. Fittings are still good, they're still gonna perform like they need to. The customizability of the product is also a huge plus in my opinion. So hopefully that helps you out if you buy the product and you need somebody to teach you how to do it. That's how we do it, and thanks for watching.